All right, so get this, okay. Imagine leveling an area, like 13 football fields, right? But you have to get it accurate, like within the thickness of your phone, right? Sounds impossible.
Wasn't that crazy?
Well, that's what the ancient Egyptians, they pulled it off when they built the Great Pyramid. And that's what we're diving into today. The Great Pyramid's hidden engineering genius. We're going to uncover how they did it. Over 4,500 years ago, and we're talking new discoveries, not just the same old pyramid stuff. We're talking laser-like accuracy, ingenious tools, and like project management skills that would impress anyone today. You ready?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What fascinates me is that even with all our tech today, that level of precision over
Yeah.
such a large area is be a big challenge.
Seriously, 2.1 centimeters across the whole base. I mean, it's mind-boggling. The source mentions this newly discovered corner socket system. Can you tell us about that and how it relates to their leveling techniques?
Well, this corner socket system is like finding a missing piece of a puzzle.
Yeah.
It suggests they used a grid system, like a super accurate one.
Mm-hmm.
For the whole pyramid, picture a giant grid, right, laid out with incredible precision. And these sockets were like the anchor points. That way everything lined up perfectly.
Wow.
It really tells you about their planning skills and surveying skills.
So they were like the master planners of ancient times.
Exactly. But then it gets even more impressive when you think about their water leveling system. It was like a giant spirit level, you know, stretching 230 meters on each side. But instead of a bubble, they used water.
Wait, hold on. So they made this massive pool of water to make sure the whole base was level.
Exactly. And get this, they achieved an accuracy of 2 millimeters per cubic meter.
Wow.
That means the base of the Great Pyramid is flatter than a lot of modern buildings.
Okay, you officially blew my mind. But wait, there's more. This pyramid is also perfectly aligned. With true north, we're talking 0.15 degrees of accuracy. It's like hitting a bullseye from a mile away, blindfolded. How's that even possible?
This alignment shows how much they knew about astronomy. They tracked the movement of circumpolar stars,
Okay.
stars that never set,
Right.
and they used shadow tracking to find true north.
So like a celestial compass?
Like that, yeah.
Wow. And we actually have proof of this, not just theories.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We have tool markings on the foundation stones, alignment markers, and even the remains of observation pits.
That's amazing.
It all shows how sophisticated their understanding was of astronomy and how they used it for construction.
So it wasn't just luck. They had a system, right?
Precisely. Even the measurements of the base are mathematically incredibly precise. Each side is 230.4 meters long.
Wow.
The variation of only 4.4 centimeters.
Wow.
The angles are almost perfect right angles, consistently, between 89.9 and 90.1 degrees.
Hold on, back up. So they basically built a perfect square, the size of several city blocks, thousands of years ago, with sticks and stones. How?
That's the question that everyone wants to know. But don't forget, we're talking millions of stones, multi-ton stones, had to be moved from a quarry and then lifted somehow into place.
Yeah, moving even one of those stones today would be a huge job. So how do they move them, let alone with such precision?
Well, there's new evidence from the Tura quarry where they got the limestone. And it tells us a lot about their methods.
Okay.
They weren't just hacking away at the rock. They had specific techniques for quarrying, quality control measures, and even patterns for extracting the stones.
So like sculptors, not just brute force.
Exactly. And when it came to moving those stones, picture this, rolling a refrigerator on perfectly placed rolling pins.
See?
A simple concept, but scaled up to move those huge blocks.
That's
They
incredible.
found remains of ramps, impressions from rollers, even sledge track markings. That all confirms this theory.
So they used simple physics on a grand scale.
Exactly.
But how do they lift those stones
Yeah.
into place? Did they have like an ancient Egyptian crane?
That's where things get interesting. Radar scans show evidence of an internal ramp system. Inside the pyramid, it spirals upwards within the pyramid. So they were basically building ramps as they went.
Wow.
A remarkable feat of engineering.
So like a giant spiral staircase, but for stones.
It's a really ingenious solution. And there's also evidence of lever systems. That gave them a mechanical advantage.
Okay.
Think of it like moving a heavy couch upstairs with the right leverage. It becomes pretty easy.
Right.
They had a system that made lifting those blocks seem almost effortless.
Wow. It's like ancient Egyptian powerlifting, but with brains instead of brawn. But hold on, we haven't even talked about how they cut and fit those stones with
Yes.
such precision. We're talking
yeah.
gaps so tight a credit card couldn't fit.
Exactly. The precision stone fitting
Yeah.
is another marvel.
Yeah.
We found copper saw marks, patterns from bronze chisels, evidence of abrasive cutting techniques. All of it shows their advanced tool-making skills.
So they had the right tools.
Yes.
But how did they get that perfect fit? It's like a giant jigsaw puzzle, but with pieces that weigh tons.
It's remarkable. They use different techniques
Mm-hmm.
like optical leveling, template matching, and precise corner alignment.
Wow.
Every block had to fit perfectly, and they made sure it did.
I can't even imagine the level of planning and coordination.
It was impressive.
But what about the inside of the pyramid? Was it just a solid mass of stone?
Oh, there's much more. To the inside,
Okay.
new radar data has revealed a fascinating structure. We're talking support systems, stress distribution, load-bearing walls. They didn't just stack stones.
Wow.
They engineered a complex structure
Yeah.
designed to last.
And they had to consider things like temperature control.
Absolutely.
A structure that big
Yeah.
would be subject to some serious heating and cooling.
They had solutions for that, too.
Oh, okay.
Incorporated thermal expansion joints.
Okay.
Think of it as breathing room for the stones to expand and contract
Right.
with temperature changes, like expansion gaps on bridges. They also built ventilation shafts and systems for regulating humidity.
Climate control pioneers.
You could say that.
It's incredible how they thought of everything. But let's talk about the people involved. Imagine being the project manager on something like this. How did they manage thousands of workers over decades and maintain that incredible quality? That's what I'm really curious about.
Yeah, it is mind-boggling. But recent excavations of worker villages have given us some insights. We found evidence of housing designed for skilled workers, areas for tool manufacturing, and even food distribution systems.
Really?
Yeah, it shows a very structured and organized workforce.
So they took care of their workers.
Absolutely. And we think construction took about 20 years, divided into 4 phases, aligned with the seasons.
20 years, that's still fast.
It is.
For something this big. What about quality control? How did they keep that precision for 20 years?
Quality control, that was key.
Yeah.
They had all sorts of measuring tools.
Yeah.
We found a lot of them. Cubit rods, those are standardized measuring sticks.
Right.
Plumb bobs
Okay.
to make sure things were vertical, set squares, and tools to measure angles.
So they were all about the details.
It seems that way. And we've found markings that show progress, signs of error correction, and evidence of surface finishing.
Wow. So they were really dedicated to quality.
At every step.
It's amazing how this changes our view of ancient Egypt. It wasn't just a primitive society.
Okay.
They were sophisticated with a deep understanding of engineering
Yeah,
and their
they're
dedication to excellence. It's amazing.
It is. And it's not just the techniques. It's their holistic understanding. The pyramid has base expansion joints to accommodate movement, like bridges have,
Right.
and stress distribution systems to prevent cracking.
Wow.
They even factored in earthquake resistance.
They were building for the future.
Precisely. They also understood environmental factors,
Like what?
temperature changes,
Okay.
wind resistance, and the expansion of materials.
Wow.
They really thought of everything.
It's incredible. But sometimes I get lost in the details, you know?
Yeah.
Can we just talk about the sheer size of this thing? The source mentioned some crazy statistics.
Oh, yeah.
What are some of the numbers?
Well, the pyramid has about 2.3 million blocks.
Wow.
The average block weighs about 2.5 tons,
Okay.
but the largest block weighs 80 tons.
80 tons?
That's heavier than 10 adult elephants.
That's insane. And the total weight.
A massive 6.5 million tons.
Wow.
Imagine 2,600 Olympic swimming pools filled with water. That's the weight.
Okay, my mind is blown. What about height and the footprint?
The pyramid is 146.5 meters tall.
Okay.
That's like a 48-story skyscraper.
Wow.
Each side of the base is 230.4 meters. So it covers an area equal to about 8 football fields.
8 football fields.
Yeah.
It's amazing. How would we build this today?
Well, the source says it would cost about $5 billion.
$5 billion.
It gives you an idea of how big this project was.
Yeah.
They also say we'd need about 1,500 cranes to lift those blocks. And it would still take about 8 years.
8 years.
Even with our technology.
So we'd still struggle to do what they did.
Yes.
It makes you realize there's more to it than just technology.
All
It's
right.
about ingenuity, problem solving, And maybe a level of dedication that we've lost.
Absolutely. The ancient Egyptians achieved something remarkable,
Yeah.
and we're still learning from them.
It's amazing, right?
That is.
I thought I knew about the pyramids, but this is just incredible. The scale, the precision, the ingenuity, it makes you wonder what other secrets are out there.
Yeah. It's like a puzzle. We're still putting it together.
Right.
And every new discovery teaches us more
Yeah.
about the ancient Egyptians.
It makes you think, what else is out there? Buried somewhere, waiting to be found?
Exactly. That's the best part of archaeology.
Yeah.
You never know what you'll find.
This deep dive has been amazing. We started with the precision, then we talked about the engineering, the astronomy, the planning, the dedication. It's incredible.
It is. And they did it all with
Well-
simple tools. It really shows their ingenuity,
Yeah.
their problem-solving skills, and their understanding of nature.
Makes you wonder, have we lost something? I mean, we rely so much on technology now. Have we forgotten? About human ingenuity, about collaboration, about determination.
Maybe the pyramids have a lesson for us.
I think so.
They remind us that with vision and teamwork and a willingness to try, we can achieve anything.
Just like the ancient Egyptians. So what does all this mean for you? Maybe you'll look at challenges differently, knowing that humans have been overcoming challenges for thousands of years. Or maybe you want to learn more about ancient Egypt.
Whatever it is, I hope this deep dive has made you curious
Yeah.
about the past and about what's possible.
Well said. The journey of discovery never ends. There's always something new to learn. The Great Pyramid shows us that. So keep asking questions, keep learning, and keep that sense of wonder. You never know what you might find.